Is that you?
Hey, Pat, we got to start the ECCO Show.
Start the ECCO Show, but there's someone.
Who?
Never mind. Hello, happy Saturday morning. You are watching the ECCO Show.
The ECCO Show. Good morning, I'm DJ Shawnee D.
And I
Forgot who he was.
Pat Attack. I am Pat Attack.
Pat Attack.
Yes, that is me. Pat Attack is who I am. And
Who you always will be. Forever and ever.
That would be cool.
Just change names in the middle of your life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be this guy anymore. I want to be somebody else.
I want to be Pat Attack forever.
Yeah. Pat Attack's pretty cool.
Take it to the grave with me.
Oh man, Pat Attack, I am so excited about today's show. We have got a ton of fun stuff today.
Like what?
I can't remember. The rain is throwing me off.
Yeah?
Yeah. But it's not going to throw me off for long because we've got a great show. Like I said, we've got a fun guy. Actually, this is some new stuff that I'm seeing right here, and I'm pretty sure.
We're making a craft today with Arielle
Nope,
because
we're not making a craft.
Just one here last week.
This actually looks like cooking stuff, and from what I hear, you remember that guy that was with Fedge a few weeks ago? Remember that guy that was running the ECCO Show? He was only here for a short while.
Yeah, what was his name? Was
Shauna Rasta.
Shauna
was his
Rasta.
name. Yeah.
That was an interesting guy.
You know, a lot of people have been telling me that I look like him, and I'm gonna be honest, Pat, I don't see the resemblance.
I don't see it. Yeah, that guy was a bit odd.
And yeah, very strange.
He did a great job on the challenge, though.
He did.
He was an interesting guy.
Chewed a lot of gum.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what?
That's
so
actually
what,
he's a chef.
He's a
believe it or
chef.
not. Yeah. And
they let that guy cook.
He's actually the culinary director here at the ECCO Institute, and so I didn't even know that.
He must have gotten that position.
Yeah. Recently, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they saw him on the ECCO Show and they're like, "Hey, can you do any other fun stuff?"
I didn't know he had that talent.
Yeah. Anyway.
It'd be cool to see it.
So he's going to talk to us later, and we've got a really, really great message about forgiveness as well. So.
Forgiveness.
Yeah.
I've forgiven somebody once.
Yeah.
Only once.
Only once. That's the only time I've ever done it, and the only time I ever will do it. That's it, right?
Yeah.
You get one token. It's like a coupon.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it. This is one. I'll forgive every person one time.
Okay. All right. But before we get started, you know what we got to get into. I'll give you a countdown, and if you're not there, then 3, 2.
The challenge of the day. I started going on 2, but I knew it was coming, and I got excited.
I could feel your anticipation there.
It was boiling over. Yeah.
Boiling over.
Yeah. But we're here. What have we
right.
got today?
So, well, we got to spin the wheel first. So, yeah. If you don't mind, since you're so close. It's like blending right in with the rain. You hear that? Hey, you can, hey, Pat. Here we go. And we're finally there at number 4.
Number 4.
You know how many times I've probably passed number 4 since you spun it like 8 times?
Like 4 times.
Maybe
4 times. I was counting. It was 4.
4 times
Yep.
exactly. Okay, so today's challenge is called helpful or harmful.
Are we going to get hurt today?
Hopefully not.
I don't want to be harmed.
I think we're actually just reading. See, we're reading. Oh, we've got a bucket here. Yep. Let's toss him out of there real quick. Yeah. Not him. Ooh. Yeah, thanks. All right. So we've got a list. You've got piece of paper in there, right? You got a piece of paper in there? Okay. So we've got a piece of paper in there. We're going to read one of the things on this piece of paper, and we're going to see whether they're helpful or harmful. We're going to talk about it here.
We have to decide if each one of these things is going to be helpful or harmful.
Yes, helpful or harmful. Let's get into it.
Learning a new family board game.
Learning a new family board game. Interesting.
So learning how to play a new board game with your family.
I would say that is probably helpful.
It depends on the board game.
True.
I think. I mean, what if it was like a board game that involved a whole bunch of sharp objects?
Do you know of a board game that includes sharp objects? Did you invent one that
No.
included sharp
No,
objects?
I don't. So I think that, you know what? You're right. I was thinking about some things that don't really exist. and it wouldn't make sense if they did. So if we're talking about family board
Probably
games, I think that
helpful.
if you spend some time playing board games with your family, that's got to be a helpful thing.
Yeah.
Do you
what
agree?
do you guys think? Yes, no,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
so.
Helpful.
I think I see them shaking their heads.
Yeah, there was a couple that said
no,
harmful.
nodding their heads.
Nodding.
Not shaking.
Shaking, but
would be
shaking it this way.
Yes.
You're shaking your head like,
Nodding,
yep.
shaking.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, I can see him nodding.
Let's look at the next one.
Okay,
You wanna
can
do the
I
next one?
pick
Yeah, you
another
do the
one?
next one.
Okay. All right, here's another one. We have got. Thought it was this one for a second. It says, yeah, okay. I thought that was a Bible verse. Sorry, I'd like a fortune cookie. You know, hiding from your parents when you're shopping in a store. Hiding from your parents. You know, I like playing hide and seek. This can be a fun game that we're playing too.
Yeah.
So hide and seek. You know what? I think that sounds pretty fun.
You can only get better when you hide from the people that you're closest to.
It's true. That's actually probably the only way you can get better.
But
Okay.
there was one time that I played hide and seek, but I didn't tell my parents in a
Yeah.
pet store.
Oh.
I hid underneath the ferret cages for over an hour. They had to shut all the music off, and everyone got quiet, and everyone in the store looked for me. And when they found me an hour later,
What?
I hid from my parents from over an hour in a pet store one time.
Was like a python like wrapping around you, and that's how they found you?
No, I was safe. I came out laughing, and my mom was so worried, and
Worried,
everyone
yeah.
else in the store was very irritated.
That's fair. That's fair.
It was not good.
I didn't know if you were like petting cats or something. You know.
Nope, it was actually harmful, even though it was fun and a really good idea for a hiding place.
So
I have to
probably
say.
not helpful.
No, you should not do that.
You'd probably not. Yeah. Let's not hide from our parents in a store.
No.
What do you
Okay,
got?
all right. Similar.
This one's absolutely helpful.
It's got to be playing video games all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
All day.
I played the original Mario the other day for like 3 hours. That wasn't the
3
whole
hours?
day. Yeah, I had never played it before, and I was on vacation. I was like, I've got to try this, and I did it. And guess what? I'm actually not too good at it. So
Not too good at the original Mario. So the longest I've ever played video games for, I think I played for about, it was probably 14, 15 hours straight, maybe. Yeah.
was that last week?
No.
When did you? When
Back
did you?
when I had 14 or 15 hours to spare.
When did you play video games that much?
Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. No, it's real though. But it wasn't super helpful, which probably alludes to the fact that it's not helpful, it's harmful.
Yeah.
It was not good. My eyes started hurting, and I
Probably
almost,
seemed fun in the moment.
yes, felt kind of brain dead afterwards.
Yeah. After that, it's like there's a full day.
Yes. So maybe there should be an addendum to that. Playing video games for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things are great, but if you did it all the time, it's like that's probably not good.
Probably
if that's
not
all you ever
helpful.
do. Yeah.
Okay. Let me check another one here. I think there's something else in there too, Pat Attack.
Oh, it's a note in here. It says, "I found the buried treasure."
Ooh, from the Pirates.
Pirate Pat and Squawking
Ooh,
D.
you hear Siren Byron?
Siren Byron. You know what that means?
That's
we
not
have
candy.
to eat
That's not-
these Rubik's
nope,
cubes.
you sure don't. That's not.
That one's yours.
Nope.
This one's mine.
That's not candy.
No.
Almost called you Fedge.
Okay. that was a little bit like Fedge. I miss Fedge. Maybe we'll see him soon.
Oh, this is Pat Attack. This is important, okay? Not important that we do this, but important that we talk about this. Making fun of someone who is different than you.
Making fun of someone who is different than you.
Now, there is no doubt in my mind that this is harmful. It has to be harmful.
Yeah. Sometimes, but even I think we can all know like that's wrong. We shouldn't do that.
True.
But some people do that sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, like, do they think it might be helpful?
Maybe in the moment, because sometimes some kids may think it's fun to do that because they fit in with some of their other friends that are doing it.
Yeah.
But no, it's not a good thing to do.
It's not good. Thinking
No.
about what that means for us. Like, should we make fun of other people?
Yeah.
No. And how would they feel, right? We shouldn't make fun of anybody.
That's harmful for
Yeah.
sure. Harmful. All right, last one.
All right. Brushing your teeth.
Yeah. This one's
Definitely harmful.
what?
Yeah.
Harmful only if you're eating candy all day.
I don't like brushing my teeth,
You
Johnny D.
should definitely brush your teeth.
Oh. That is true.
Yeah.
Although I don't like to do it, and maybe I don't feel like it, I still do it.
Yes.
Because it is helpful.
It's helpful, healthy, all the good things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only benefits from brushing your teeth.
Need to brush your teeth.
Unless all you ever do is brush your teeth. And that would probably be unhealthy
would be
after
harmful.
a little while. Then you wouldn't have any teeth left to brush. So
Or any enamel left to save you from
that's right.
eating candy all day.
yeah, sometimes we have to do things even though we don't want to because they're helpful.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't need to do things that we do want to do because they're harmful.
Wow, that's a thinker.
That's a proverb. There you
All right.
go.
So
Here's your lesson in ethics.
that was really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed that at home. And please, 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 while you're watching, play with us, right? Talk to your friends and family around you that whether you think they're helpful or harmful.
Make up your own statements.
Absolutely, and not too far-fetched though.
No, probably not. Some of them might be a little bit out
A
there.
little crazy.
Speaking of being a little bit too far and out there,
Yes.
we're about to visit Sean Arasta,
He's
right?
pretty out there.
He's an interesting guy. He's
is.
different than us, and you know what? I really enjoyed when he was on the show last time. And
was.
so I'm excited. I didn't know, once again, I did not know that he could cook. And even to the grade where, I mean, he got hired at the ECCO Institute, so
Yeah.
he's got to be pretty good, right?
Absolutely. So we should just check it out, I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey there, ECCO Institute. It's me, Sean Arasta. I've missed you for a couple weeks. I wasn't wearing this sweet chef coat last time I saw you either, but today we are going to be making cherry pie. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to be here with you as the culinary director here at the ECCO Institute. So, before we get started, let me put my hair up real quick because this is bound to get in the way while we cook. So, I'm gonna put this up real quick. Like I said, we're gonna be making cherry pie today, and I am so excited to be here with you guys. Man, I hope that you guys like cherry pie because cherry pie is probably one of my favorite desserts. So let me sharpen my knife here real quick. We'll at least straighten the edge out real quick, and then we'll get started. So cherry pie, man, like I said, it's amazing, and I hope you guys like it as well. Maybe apple pie, peach cobbler. It's all great. It makes me salivate just thinking about it. So anyway, cherry pie, let's get to it. Actually, you know, before I get started, let me talk to you guys about, because this brings up a good story. You know, last time I made cherry pie for a friend of mine, it did not turn out so well. He ate the cherry pie and wouldn't you know it, he's allergic to cherries. He ate the whole thing, right? And he's just like trying to be nice because he's like, man, this tastes so good. And I'm enjoying my slice. It's great. Everything's awesome. We're having a great time. And all of a sudden, wouldn't you know it, he starts itching his lips. His lips start itching. Sorry about that. His lips start itching and he's just swelling up in the face. And I'm like, are you okay, pal? You look rough. You look like a raspberry, not a cherry. I thought we were on Willy Wonka there for a second. So his face starts swelling up and I'm like, you didn't tell me you were allergic to cherries. He said, cherries? I thought this was an apple pie. And you know what? He was allergic to cherries. And I said, oh my goodness. I am so sorry that you ate the cherry pie, but forgive me here. Let me look at this real quick. Oh, I almost forgot. I didn't even finish my story. So here's what happened, right? His face started swelling up and he started not being able to talk, and we had to rush him to the hospital, and I felt so terrible, y'all. I felt so bad. This is my dearest friend, and I made his face swell up like a balloon. I should have told him. I should have told him that there were cherries in there. And I said, boy, you gotta forgive me, please. Forgive me for doing this to you. And like I said, wouldn't you know, I didn't even know that he was allergic to cherries. I probably should have done that research before I talked to him or even made cherry pie for him. But man, my friend is genuine. He's super nice. And he forgave me. It was really good. You know, that reminds me of an interesting story in the Bible. There's a really good story about forgiveness, okay? You guys know who Paul is, right? Paul, Now that is one cool dude. Paul is awesome. I would try to be best friends with him if he was still here on this earth. But I'll tell you what, this crazy story about a guy named Onesimus and Philemon, they were some pretty cool dudes too, but they kind of had a quarrel. See, they didn't really like each other too much because one of them ran off because he was a slave of the other one, and they didn't really get along much. And Paul wrote him a letter, and he said, hey, you guys gotta forgive one another, right? You gotta forgive them. Be nice to each other. Because like Paul said, we're all brothers in Christ, and we gotta accept one another as well. So, man, that's a great story, isn't it? It's really awesome. It reminds me that I need to be forgiving others when they do things to me. And I also hope that, like my friend that I made the cherry pie for, would forgive me as well. And like I said before, luckily he did. So I am so thankful for that. And you know what? The Lord Jesus Christ has forgiven us too. And man, that is amazing truth, guys. But you know what? Enough talking. I'm going to get back to making cherry pie. It was good talking to you guys, and I'll see you guys later.
998, 999, 1,000 doubloons.
That's not 1,000, Pat Attack. That is way less than 1,000.
That looks a little bit more like 7.
Seven's a good number.
7 to 10 doubloons.
7's a good number, actually.
Yeah, it is.
A magical number. It's the Lord's number.
That's true. That's true.
So, Sean Arasta, like we said before, a little crazy. Never actually made it to making cherry pie.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, he never got around to it.
Tells a good story.
He does tell a good story, and kind of unfortunate for his friend.
Yeah.
But it was really nice because his friend ended up forgiving him in the end, right? Forgiveness, like Sean Arasta had said, is kind of what we're talking about today. So forgiveness is really important, Pat Attack, because it's something that's kind of easy in our minds, right? Oh, that's easy to say, hey, I'm sorry, right? And then have the other party forgive you and say, it's all right, it's fine, But sometimes it can be difficult to forgive others, right?
Especially if someone wronged you.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. So kind of like Sean Arasta talked about, the Bible story we're talking about today is where Paul was writing a letter to a guy named Philemon, and that guy had a slave named Onesimus.
Onesimus and Philemon.
Philemon, Onesimus. So Onesimus ran off, right? And Philemon kind of got upset at him. And Paul knew both of these guys. And Paul wrote a letter to him saying, hey, you need to forgive Onesimus.
So this letter, this book of Philemon, that's in the Bible, is written by Paul to a guy named Philemon about Onesimus.
Yes, so he told him to forgive Onesimus, show him kindness, and then also that Paul would pay the debt that Onesimus owed Philemon.
Wow.
I know there's a lot of moving parts here, but that's what was happening ultimately. So in that same token, we're going to talk about some stuff today.
Okay.
And I want you guys to answer too at home and have discussions with your family and friends that might be sitting around you while Pat and I are having discussion here on the ECCO Show. So, question that we're going to ask you guys, and I'm going to ask you, Pat Attack, why do you think Paul worked so hard to make peace between Onesimus and Philemon?
Why did Paul work so hard to make peace? Well, Jesus talks about how we should try to make peace with each other, right? We should try to be peacemakers.
Sure.
Right? So this is an instance where Paul found himself knowing these two people, that there were definitely some problems between, and still he was there and he wanted them to be at peace with each other.
Sure.
Right? And so thinking about what the desire is that God has, like, I don't think he wants us to be angry with each other or to hold things against each other in the way that we won't be friends, especially if there's no reason to.
Yeah.
I think about the way that, we, in a way, like Onesimus ran away from Philemon and maybe did things that Philemon didn't enjoy. How often do we as humans do things that God does not enjoy or would wish that we didn't do?
It's true. Yeah.
But we know that God forgave us.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's absolutely a good point. I think, and we should note that peace is one of the fruits of the Spirit. So we should actually rely on the Holy Spirit to be a peacemaker in us. so that we could ultimately be peacemakers in a difficult situation.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. That should be a part of who we are.
Absolutely.
Right? And we're not always that way on our own, right?
true.
It's not always easy to forgive people or to make peace with others. But that's what you said, is it's a fruit of the Spirit, right? We have to rely on God and ask for that peace. And He'll usually let us know. If there's someone that we're kind of angry with, or maybe we don't want to forgive, sometimes God will just bring that person up in our minds, and we'll think about that person more. And even though we don't want to, God will still encourage us to forgive them. And
That's
to make
true.
peace with them.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about peace. We talked a little bit about forgiveness, but who can we show this type of love? Because this is demonstrating a type or a portion of what love is, right? When we show this act of kindness or peace or forgiveness to others, we're showing others that we care about them, right? So who can we show this type of love to this week? Because I know sometimes, Pat Attack, we talk about stuff. We talk about all these things on the show or even on the weekends, and it's like, that's all well and great. But how can we do that right now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to have the knowledge in our heads, but if we aren't doers of the word, then what good is it to just store it in our heads? So I think the answer is everywhere. I think that anyone that we interact with throughout the week, we have the potential to forgive. It just, maybe we need to really look inward and say, is there anyone that there might be someone right now that I've been upset with in the past week or month or maybe even years, right? And maybe you guys think of someone that comes into your brain, that maybe this is an opportunity to say, man, I'm going to try to reconcile. That's a big word, right? But essentially to make peace with another person. But also, as much as it's important to look backward, we can also look forward and say, this week, if I get into an argument, maybe with a sibling or maybe even a parent, right? Maybe I'll be quick to think like, oh, I shouldn't stay angry at that person.
Yeah. Super true. Super true. I think we always need to keep that at the forefront of our mind as how can we love our friends better around us, right? How can we be better peacekeepers with the relationships that we have?
Yeah.
So I think as long as we keep that on the forefront of our minds, we just think about that first when we think about others, we really become unselfish with our thoughts and our actions, and we tend to put others first. That's a good way of loving others.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we're supposed to remember and think about as Christians, right? There's a lot that we're supposed to be stored in our heads, right? But there's also a lot of things that we have to be doing throughout the weeks. And sometimes that can feel a little bit overwhelming.
It can.
Yeah. But I think it's important. Like you said, we have to rely on God for those things. And He'll bring those things to our attention.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's all we got today, Pat Attack.
That's it?
That was a good message, and I had a really good discussion with you too.
I did too. This book in the Bible is only like one chapter.
Yeah, it's short and sweet to the point, and I think that's really what Paul's message was, right? He's like, hey, Philemon, we got to talk about some stuff.
Yeah.
And he got straight to the point.
Yeah, so if you wanted to, you could read that whole book,
That's true.
book of Philemon.
That's so true.
In one chapter. Oh, you already had it there earlier. You might want to show them. Yeah. You got the letter?
Yeah, I do. I actually wrote this earlier, Pat Attack. I just said it there so I wouldn't forget it.
But it's good to remind them also.
Exactly. So I want to get this for you guys because if you guys haven't seen this before, this is a letter, and you're going to get the mail on ECCO Show Live either Saturday night or Sunday morning. And this has the questions that you're going to talk about. So from the lesson, you have some questions, and that's what I got here. But it's a secret. Gotta come to service to find it out, right?
That's right. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Philemon.
Yes. So I'm going to put that in the mailbox. Gerald's going to keep it nice and safe.
He's got his little arms
There we go.
crossed.
Yeah, he does. He's nice and proper for giraffe. I almost said giraffe.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Giraffe. The carafe.
The giraffe.
It's for coffee.
That's not the same.
Well, enjoy your weeks, guys. Talk about the book of Philemon. Talk about and think about forgiveness. Who you guys can forgive throughout this week, or maybe people that you've been meaning to forgive for a while. And other than that, you got anything else, Sean?
That's it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you this weekend.
Great. See you guys.
Bye.
When night has fallen, when fear is coming, still you're calling me. When faith is lost and my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. give up on me.